Okay, so by looking at by looking at the board, does this seem like common sense?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty common sense. I know the book does this sometimes. The problem solving plan. First thing that you do is you're going to explore whatever problem they give you. So a lot of times students want the answer like right here, right now, just give me the stupid answer, that's all I want. Again, in this class, we are not going to search for, I just want to get it done and I just need the answer, but we always do work to understand it. We need to understand it. And it doesn't do you any good to get an answer if you don't know what the answer means. So that's kind of what they're trying to get to. Explore the problem. That doesn't mean like put it in your bathtub and like swim around with it. It's not that kind of exploration. Take it apart if you have to. Some problems are going to give you a million different things, like those weird space questions and points and lines and what does this do. What that means is just look at it. Look at it carefully. Examine it a little bit. Plan a solution, like how do you think you need to solve whatever it is asking you to do. Solve the stupid thing and then explain the solution, meaning it doesn't do you any good, and this happens all the time in my class. There will be, especially graph problems. Don't know why y'all don't like graphs. There will be a graph problem and it will say, explain where the line hits the y-axis. And what students will say is they'll say 40. If you go to Miss Hudson and she says, explain why this book is great, and you say 25, is that a good explanation? No. So what does explain mean? Give detail. Tell what it means. Is it 40 years after the Civil War or the war between the states? And that's what the graph is looking at. Is it $40 is what you have in your bank account and then you make more money and that's why the graph starts at 40? What does that actually mean? Not just give me the number. My sixth graders used to do that all the time last year. It would ask them for an explanation and they put a number. Like, I want you to walk next door with that. Tell that woman why that is an explanation, because it's not. So when it says explain your solution, that means tell why your solution is what it is. Again, I'm sorry. Geometry is a lot of explaining why things happened. If you can't explain it, then you really don't understand the answer the way that you should. Now, you ready for like the easiest thing you've ever done in your whole life? You're welcome. It won't always be this easy, but today it is. All right, let's talk about area of a rectangle. Okay, we have formulas in science and in math, and then we have equations. What makes a formula different than an equation? It does. Formulas have those too.
Formula doesn't have numbers.
Formula is like a set way of doing something. It's a rule that tells you this is exactly how you find the answer. An equation could be anything, like x plus 4 equals 10. That doesn't tell you what anything is being done. That just gives you numbers. An area, like formula for area of a rectangle. You all tell me, what is that formula? Length times width. That is a formula. It tells you what's actually happening, what you are doing in order to be able to solve for area. How many dimensions is area? So it's always units? Squared. So if this is what the problem gives you, and they say that this is 8 centimeters, and this is 4 centimeters, and it asks you for the area of this particular rectangular item, what should you do? Multiply 8 times 4, and oh my goodness, what do we get?
32.
8 times 4 is 32 what? Centimeters squared. Area is always square units. If you don't know what the units are, just put units squared. That's it. What is cubed? What function? Volume. Volume is always 3-dimensional. Okay, in the same world, we have area. We also have perimeter of a rectangle. What is perimeter?
All sides.
Yeah. We actually do have a formula for that. Anybody know what it is? Instead of just saying add all the sides, we can say 2 of the lengths plus 2 of the... Yeah, perfect. So let's say this is 10 centimeters, and this is, let's say 4 centimeters. So can we put that into the formula and determine what we have? Yeah, so I'm gonna say perimeter is 2 times the length, which is 10, plus 2 times the width, which is 4. So that's 20 plus 8, or 28 centimeters. Why do I say centimeters and not centimeters squared?
There's no multiplication.
Perimeter is just one dimension. I want to know the space around something. Area is the space inside it. That's why it's 2 dimension. Perimeter is if I'm going to put up a fence that goes around, I don't know, like where your dog might run at your house. That's how many feet or centimeters of a fence. Obviously 28 centimeters wouldn't be very big for your little dog, you wouldn't. You'd have to have like an ant-sized dog.
The ones you put in your house.
Be teeny tiny little teacup thing. Pretty easy, right? It's delightful. Am I missing anybody in here today?
Is this really elevating?
Do I?
It looks
Is this
cool.
really elevating?
That's really all that's in this section. Now, to tell you where this is going today, they're going to have you solve some stuff with area and perimeter. However, the reason that I told Brady that we're not doing 2 sections today is in this particular chapter, there's only 3 sections and then a quiz. So you're going to do some homework on this. You're going to do like the self-test in the book, and then you're going to have a quiz for me on Wednesday. Easy peasy. You can use your calculator. You can use your notes. You just can't use your book or your phone or your computer. Sound good?
Yep.